As we continue to breathe with the breath, the mind becomes more balanced and more clear. So this golden ray contains sparkles of opalescent white and is also known as the ray of universal consciousness, Christ consciousness, or the cosmic consciousness of truth. It is a frequency of divine light that emanates from the great central sun of our universe. What past life skills are awaiting to be brought into your awareness and activated? What greater knowledge and understanding is to be obtained? The physicality we experience is only an illusion, and consciousness is what defines how we interact with the dimension we reside in at present. In total, there are 12 dimensions, each with their own unique characteristics. They exist as levels for us to ascend by raising our vibration to become a match for that frequency they operate on. And that is why Ra is such a prominent figure in our human psyche. You think about the Eye of Ra, you think about Ra as the sun, you think
Avoid gossiping about or judging others. Pallas Athena is the Grecian goddess of wisdom who became the patroness of Athens in a contest with the ocean god Poseidon.
It is their god consciousness that sustains our physical solar system. Helios, the lord of the dawn, and Vesta, the mother of the eternal cycle, are known as presiding solar deities.
All of the other kingdoms of nature received similar extraordinary stimulation for advancement. Sanat Kumara established the path of initiation during mid-Atlantean times as the surest and most efficacious method for spiritual advancement of the sentient life on this planet.
Blue tiger's eye. $18 too. Couldn't even believe it. So there's tiger's eye. Next crystal we're going to talk about is going to be pyrite. I'll actually go ahead and show you guys. So I have this copper wire pyrite that I'm wearing. And then when you wear pyrite with copper, or anything with copper, copper is going to amplify the properties of it. Pyrite is known as fool's gold. It is known for attracting wealth, abundance, and good luck. I mean, that's one I definitely could not pass on. So the golden healer quartz is renowned for its powerful healing properties. Grand day, grand rising. Welcome to a new episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. I am Marcus ChristoLight, your host, founder of Sacred Light, shamanic space holder, Reiki practitioner, crystal healer, intuitive psychic, as well as life guidance coach, inner child healer, subconscious reprogrammer, as well as educational teacher. Along with that, I host retreats, I host events for holistic, conscious, and sacred community. And I also host a international, online, worldwide community. So that's a little bit about who I am. You guys can always visit the link down in the ticker or in the description, and you can see all my one-on-one services, including my at-home one-day retreats. You can check out my retreat signups that are available, as well as Reishi Coffee and my other social links. So with that being said, today on this episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight, we're going to be deep diving into the 13th ray of divine light.
I bet you didn't know there's a hidden spectrum of light beyond what your eyes can see. The 13th divine ray? It's more powerful and more mysterious than you think. So what is the copper gold ray of light? Think of it as a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a unique energy that blends grounding copper with radiant gold. It's said to spark transformation, inner balance, a deeper connection to divine wisdom. Some even call it the ray of enlightened manifestation, helping you turn inspiration into reality while staying rooted in your true self. But how do you actually work with this energy? And what shifts can you expect if you invite the copper gold ray into your life? That's what we'll explore in the next episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. Hit subscribe and don't miss your chance to unlock the power of the 13th Divine Ray.
So that will be our topic for today, the Divine Ray of the 13th, which is the copper gold ray of solar service. We got the sacral singing bowl today to help us with our self-scan, self-check-in. And we're going to go ahead and step into our self-scan, self-check-in for today. If you're new to this practice, very simple practice that I came up with, and that is to focus on the breath, go into a meditative space, close your eyes. And what we do is I guide you through the mind, and we just breathe into our mind. If we have any attachments, limited beliefs, negative thought forms, then we go into the emotional body and we clear out if there's any stagnant energy, if there's any dense emotions, or if we are feeling a little overstimulated or overwhelmed by our emotions. Then we go into the physical. We breathe into any physical ailments, any type of blood issues, cellular, as well as bones, muscle, and beyond. And we use the breath of life to help bring balance and clearing to that. Very simple practice just to kickstart us and get us into a balanced and clear state. And that we will move into the 13th ray, the copper gold ray. So go ahead and get comfortable. You can sit, lay down, or you can even stay in motion. Just allow yourself to be mentally open and receive the energy. We'll be back in 44. All right, getting comfortable, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our feet, fingers, and relaxing our jaw. Focusing on the breath, breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath all the way through the body, and exhaling out of the mouth. In through the nose, down the body, exhale out of the mouth. Continue to focus on this breath as we now begin to close our eyes and focus on our mind. Breathing as we observe our mind, our mental body. What has been congested in our mind? Is it continuous looping, negative thought patterns? Is it self-sabotaging, like thoughts? Are we feeling like we are afraid of the future, or that we have to continue to stay focused on our future because of desperation? Or are we allowing the past to continue to hold space in our mind, in our clarity, in our peace? If so, may we breathe as we begin to clear and eradicate these parts of the mind. Breathing grace, breathing love, breathing freedom of eternal energy into our mental health. Remembering the positive and the beautiful and the uplifting aspects of our life. Thinking about how far we've come, how much we've overcame, and why it is worth letting go of the past and the future to know that we are enough in the present. Breathing in. Now as we breathe, we now begin to drop down into our feelings as we begin to feel our emotional body. As we begin to observe and feel our emotional body, we observe the areas where we may be backed up, where we may be condensed and stagnant within our emotional field. Observing if we have emotional attachments that are jerking our chain, that are swaying us from being present within our own peace. Or are there any wounds in our emotional pain that we are carrying? Are we holding on to the stories that are keeping us from moving forward and from healing, from growing? They are present to create more fluidity and more flowing from our emotions. Are we carrying judgment, criticism, demeaning words, phrases in our emotions? Are we carrying too much of others' emotions currently? If so, may we breathe and let go of the baggage of emotions that are not for us anymore, for our highest good. As our emotions clear, our vibration uplifts. As we now begin to breathe and focus into our physical body, breathing into the physical, directing the breath to any of our ailments, whether it's our nervous system, our cells, our blood, our bones, our tissue, muscles and ligaments. Breathing into these areas to bring balance and regeneration. Listening to the body, Do we need to change our diet? Do we need to hydrate more? Do we need to rest more? Do we need to stretch or take action more with our body? Honor that. Trust your intuition and know that it is divine intelligence. Taking a moment with the breath, feel the beauty and the harmony that you have obtained more of this present moment from where you began in this episode. When you're ready, you may open your eyes. You may get ready to dive in to the copper and gold ray of the 13th divine ray of light. All right. Phew, that was great. Alrighty, so before we begin our education and dive in to this copper and gold ray of light, we're going to go ahead and take a little break. Check out this retreat coming up. This retreat is going to be coming up next month, and it will be October 17 to 19. A one-of-a-kind opportunity to be able to sit with a Peruvian shaman from Peru, listen to live music, enjoy healing workshops, homemade plant-based food, and much more.
Experience the transformative power of ancient healing traditions. Welcome to a unique retreat where generations come together to heal and grow. From October 17th to 19th, just outside Cincinnati, dive into a rare generational healing retreat with camping hosted by ChristoLight of Sacred Light. This retreat is part of the Ancient Medicine Retreat series, featuring the honorable sacred guest, Peruvian shaman Don Eduardo with his wife, and his incredible team that includes Kevin Standing Elk, Jonathan Hernandez, Ashley Ballard, and Chris Rust. Join us for sacred ceremonies, flow shops, and one-on-one healing sessions led by skilled sacred space holders like Violet Lyrafe, Donnie Yvette, Mandy Schmidt, Jean Wilkerson, Cecily Simpson, and Angelic Ray. Feel the energy shift as you immerse yourself in holistic well-being. Bask in the healing power of live music from artists like Amber Echo, Shay Brown, Evan Sturgeon of Sturgeon Friends, Emerald Alliance, Aura de Prophet, and Illuminati Congo. And let's not forget the fire and flow arts that will light up our nights. Nourish your soul with delicious plant-based meals prepared by sacred indigenous chef, Grandma Katie Singing Eagle. Explore the vibrant energy of crystal gemstones with Allie Pratt from Organics Essence Gems and Gifts. This retreat is family-friendly with no alcohol or substances outside of 420. With a dedicated kiddo area and activities led by Shay Brown, everyone in the family can benefit from this healing experience. Thanks to our partnership with AJ Lardy of Operation Oscar Mike Inc., this retreat promises a supportive community atmosphere, especially for military vets looking for healing. Spaces are limited. Contact ChristoLight at 513-238-5580 for pricing and scheduling if needed. Visit the site on the flyer or the jot form link in the description to register. Don't miss out on this transformative journey. One love.
Resurrected from the night, had to pay that price to achieve new heights. Fight with all my might to enlighten my sight. We coasting with potion, high five to the ground, bitch. We chosen, sail with the flow like the ocean. Can escape when your brain is eroding. We got that light, chakras hella bright. Check my triple sight. Yeah, you know we consciously. We got that light, chakras hella bright.
Whew. Boy, I love that song. We got that light, chakras hella bright. Check my triple sight. That song was by Aura de Prophet. Aura de Prophet will be performing, and he will be chilling and hanging out at the October retreat. Let's see what kind of music the DJ's got for us. Cool. All right, so we're going to dive into this 13th ray, the copper and golden ray. And we're going to begin with the site that we have been using. That is elementsdesigncollection.com. How is everybody this right element throughout the episode? Come on now, technology. All right, there we are. The 13th copper and gold ray of solar service. So the 13th copper gold ray of solar service is a ray from the great central sun in the heart of this galaxy that provides the solar fire that fuels the creative flow. It ignites creativity and invocation that will be needed to create the new earth. Creative flow is ever-transcending movement that hallmarks growth and change. In order to seek solutions to change the current consciousness, you must move beyond that consciousness and think outside the box. The power of this ray is its creative flow to move beyond where you are currently. In order to best work with this ray, one needs to discard all preconceived ideas. The solution to get problems requires the giving up of great prejudice. The problem was created out of the prejudice that limited the consciousness of the people, and therefore limited their creative expression. Life is constant change. When you hold on to yesterday's level of attainment, you hold back the progress for today's growth. Complacency and comfortability are the enemies of growth. Those that are content see no need to transcend, and thus cannot grow and are not free. They are trapped in a desire to maintain a certain state. Their focus and energy are drained in maintaining rather than creating. As with the 12th ray, the golden ray of unity consciousness, you will be willing to let go of the old and be reborn into a higher version of yourself. When you allow yourself to be in the flow of the 13th ray, you can come up with new perspectives, new solutions, new inventions that challenge conventional wisdom, that challenges the way things are done. The solar fire is this ray, divinely inspires new ideas and creates the fuel for transformation. The star of focus for this ray is the sun in our solar system. Everything is light. Suns are like the batteries of the universe. There is the great central sun that is connected to the creator source energy and distributes it to the central suns. The wattage of each sun has a different resonant power and frequency that's right for the level of learning that each particular solar system needs for growth. Stars, suns, and central suns are energetic portals that help to illuminate their portion of the universe and the creator's loving light, so we are all connected to source. The great central sun in our galaxy is Sirius. This will be focused on with the 15th silver and gold ray of a galactic service. In our solar system, our sun is part of a larger network of central suns. Our immediate central sun is Alcyone, the brightest star in the Pleiades cluster in the constellation of Taurus. It's part of the grouping we call the seven sistars. It's about 600% of our sun's mass, 10 times the size. And this will be focused on with the 14th silver ray of the new order and the dawn of peace. Our sun is constant communication with Alcyone, passing information, energy, and insights onto the development of ascending collectives in this part of the galaxy. When our sun gets closer to Alcyone, consciousness ascends, and as it moves further away, a period of darkness results. The nature of the sun is giving, as it radiates light, heat, and life force energy to nurture us to become the beings that radiate life force energy. With great power and wisdom, our sun exerts immense power to hold 9 planets and thousands of asteroids in its orbit. As we move towards the central sun, it sends messages and vibrations that upgrade consciousness. Coming into alignment with the sun and central sun means the opening of the heart and transmuting fear into love. We can move into the higher dimensions where the spiritual fire of our hearts burn brightly with truth and love. Whew, how beautiful. And you guys can find these resource links that I use in the description of these episodes. And if they're not already in there, they'll be in there directly afterwards. How beautiful is that? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move on into Ascension Glossary. And with Ascension Glossary, we're going to go ahead and check out the Copper Rose Gold Sun. This is pretty interesting. I haven't looked into this one yet. So the Copper Rose Gold Sun. And welcome in, everybody. Enjoy. Grab your snacks, tea, burn some sage, and really enjoy this episode. So the Copper Rose Gold Sun. Guardian Host has implemented Emerald Order organic architecture into the Albalon light body for a series of magnetic planetary upgrades, which appears as an extensive overriding of astral layer architecture that emanates from a copper rose gold sun. Major magnetic shifts in the planetary grid connected to astral body reconfiguration occurred around the Beltane window during early May, generating some endocrine and metabolic challenges, as well as triggering a wave of sexual trauma memories for integrative healing for some groups. The copper gold sun emanates fire water elixirs in the form of coppery gold liquid lights that protect and preserve the sophionic pillars and flowering plasma fields, which resonate and regenerate the grail gruel points that exist throughout the planetary body. A cosmic sun star from the cosmic source domains birthed into our universal time matrix and created multidimensional fractals of a copper Ankh body with the Emerald Order Ankh body, which is the operating vehicle for further transmission of the liquid copper frequency of the Copper Rose Gold Sun. And that's Ankh, by the way, A-N-K-H, like Egyptian Ankh. So the Copper Rose Gold braids itself into an Azothean fire-water trinity of upgraded Mother's Stream, which forms into sacred Sophionic vertical pillars, built in flowering rose-shaped plasmas that can be referred to as the Pillars of Cosmic Grace. The Pillars of Cosmic Grace are connected to the co-creative forces of the cosmic Christos, Sophia, solar dragons from the god worlds, in which the pillars form into genetically key-coded biological clock shields that run the coppery liquid fall-safe frequencies into the planetary shields and section of the artificial Metatronic coded or inverted sextant matrix. Further, the Cosmic Mother can travel unampered through the pillars of cosmic grace, in which her Holy Spirit emanates from her cosmic womb, transmit healing and reconfiguration to all Grail structures, from macro to micro. The microcosm, Grail in a human body, is our sexual centers and gender principle functions, in which all of the human body parts are designed and organized in either a male or female principle that seeks to be unified and made whole. The liquid copper frequency blooms protective plasma flowering shields in the astral and sacral energies of the human light body, and braids within the inner vertical channel into the heart chambers, which generates a unification of male-female heart twinning within the copper rose gold circuitry. When the copper rose gold sun emanates its dragon egg into the Alban body, it hatched into a rose gold dragon Ouroboros line, which appears to be protector of the house of the Holy Rose Trinity bloodline lineages. Many appear to be solar female Christo Sophia identities that were connected to the cosmic Elohi White Diamond Sun spiritual family, while some were of the original Lyran temples and Cathors, with direct red rose or original ruby sun DNA, RH solar factors in their bloodstream. The coppery rose gold frequencies have the required alchemical properties which animate newly introduced solarized elemental forces that conduct a range of solar plasmas from the cosmic Christo suns. Basic 12 elementals are reconfiguring into the instruction sets which hold the corrected Christic elements that have been missing from the standard periodic table. Our planet has been purposely stripped of precious metals and mined by intruders seeking the alchemical properties within many varieties of rare field and specialized minerals only found on the Earth. The saturation of copper frequencies into the planetary grid has initiated a purging and repairing sequence of shadow elementals, Metatronic code inversions, and AI ran carbon-based elementals in our multidimensional layers. This restores the elemental and natural kingdoms into the domain of the correct dark matter body and sound template of the Cosmic Mother, and her sacred chalice configuration of celestial bodies and stars, which emanates the authentic Grail frequencies. The incredible manifestation of the Cosmic Mother within her pillars of cosmic grace has not been welcomed by the Black Dragon Avatar collectives, which have hijacked many of her body parts and Sophionic dragon principles to proliferate Satanism on this planet. Cosmic Mother's return presents a direct challenge to the power structure of the Black Sun's Vatican stronghold, in which her presence returning into the 5D inner gate has demolished Dragon retrieves her body parts and reclaims her children. It has demolished Black Dragon Timekeeper architecture and evicted and dissolved hierarchies of satanic AI hybrid gatekeeper entities. False lights, basically. As the Cosmic Mother, as the Cosmic Dragon retrieves her body part and reclaims her children, this has generated many smaller Megadu battles with Black Magicians and Black Dragons, sending satanic ritual abuse curses and hexes in every direction from their intense rage that she has returned. I bet this is answering a lot of questions for you guys about what we've been through on this planet and what we're going through now, and why we see so much resistance towards us, balancing our feminine and masculine. And you can really see how the Sophianic body has been damaged throughout time. The way that women have been treated, children, the way that we've been poisoned, the way that we've been put into masculine overdrive, the way that we're in such a forward-driven society that puts statistics and logic over compassion and empathy and human connection. I mean, that's just some of it. I can name so much more that shows you guys exactly what's being reckoning, where people are tuning in more, people are becoming more connected. And what's happening is people are asking questions, or people are ready to activate. So now there's major resistance and propaganda and everything else under the sun that's being thrown against us. So these are planetary events which project out into the collective consciousness as extreme misogynistic patterns, targeting the organic and natural spiritual female principles. The sheer hatred of women and girls in order to suppress their rising spiritual power as Cosmic Mother returns can be seen escalating in the mainstream media outlets. Humanity is being socially engineered to believe that the most beautiful and desirable women are actually men, transgender men to female. And this hidden and covert psyop of hiding the transgender agenda as it is being enforced on children is the seed of the negative agenda's rage-filled hatred toward the rising solar feminine principle. There you have it, folks. Wholeness, goddess, great rising. There you have it, folks. I'm gonna read that again for all of us, because I've been speaking on this and I felt crazy for seeing these things, because I felt like the way that they have been pushing this trans agenda, it has gone to the extreme and it is way out of balance with wholeness. I'm gonna read that again from the Ascension Glossary. Humanity is being socially engineered to believe that the most beautiful and desirable women are actually men, transgender male to female. In this hidden and covert psyop of hiding the transgender agenda as it is being enforced on children is the seed of the negative agenda's rage-filled hatred towards the rising solar feminine principle of the organic blueprint. It's so obvious, you see it. You see it in sports. They're giving all the awards now in athletics to men that turned into females, instead of actually giving it to biological females. I mean, come on. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it at that for the education. Again, you guys can check this stuff out in the description. I have these linked in for you guys. So that's the copper and gold ray of light of our solar service. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a little break for a moment, and then we'll be back and we will dive into Ascended Masters and other spiritual guides that help connect us with this 13th copper and gold ray of solar service. 2023. Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending. Thank you from the Sacred Light Broadcast Network and Sacred Light Productions for tapping in and tuning in to all live and replay content, holistic, conscious, for your empowerment. Tap in to the ChristoLight within. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember that you are the one that you have been looking for. Enjoy this content. If you would like to collaborate or receive production through myself, Marcus ChristoLight, direct message or email me at marcustut23@gmail.com to discuss details. Wholeness and balanced love. Ashe. Wholeness and balanced love. Go Cowboys. Play tomorrow night, season opener. And yes, I still watch basketball and football because it's something I played as I grew up and I was really good at. And I have an understanding of the principles and the spiritual connection that athletics and sports bring into our life. And, I feel like those of us that may have an issue with sports, then we can kind of be shutting out an aspect of our own self when it comes to the one source consciousness. And something I love is that I'm able to enjoy it purely for what it is. I don't really care about the money. I don't really care about the propaganda and stuff like that. I just care about the sport itself, the athleticism of being a human and pushing your limits, as well as developing teamwork skills, learning how to build and work towards something with others, knowing how to communicate with others healthily, knowing how to be selfless, but also knowing how to be your best self. Those are just a few out of many spiritual principles that sports has brought into my life. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and explore a little bit about some divine guides that we can connect with when it comes to this 13th copper and golden ray of solar service. And then after that, we're going to explore not just crystals, but also a type of energy technology that helps us connect with the copper energy as well.
Hestia, the eldest daughter of Cronus and Rhea, is the Greek goddess of the hearth, home, and sacred fire. Though often overshadowed by dramatic Olympian figures, her role was vital. She represented the communal and domestic flame, ensuring harmony in both divine and mortal realms. Unlike other gods, Hestia remained a virgin, symbolizing purity and stability. Her presence was so revered that Zeus granted her the first offering at every sacrifice, cementing her quiet but indispensable place in Greek religion. In Roman mythology, Hestia was worshipped as Vesta, the guardian of the sacred fire that symbolized Rome's survival. The Temple of Vesta, in the Roman Forum, housed this perpetual flame, believed to protect the city's fortunes. Unlike Greek depictions, Vesta was rarely personified. Instead, her power lay in the flame itself. The Romans saw its continuity as a direct link to their empire's stability, making its maintenance a state priority. This cultural adaptation highlights how hearth worship evolved in Roman society. The Vestal virgins were priestesses chosen from noble families to guard Vesta's flame. Selected between ages 6 and 10, they served for 30 years, vowing chastity on pain of death. Their duties included rituals, preparing sacred grain, and ensuring the fire never waned. In return, they enjoyed unparalleled social privileges, like owning property and pardoning criminals. Their role blended religious piety with political symbolism. As the flame's endurance mirrored Rome's strength, a Vestal's betrayal was seen as a threat to the empire itself. If Vesta's fire ever extinguished, it was interpreted as a dire omen for Rome. Ancient historians like Plutarch recorded incidents where the flame's death preceded disasters, such as invasions or political unrest. The Vestals would immediately initiate purification rites, and the public feared divine retribution. This belief underscores how deeply Rome tied its fate to the goddess's favor. Even accidental extinguishment required ritual atonement, including the symbolic scourging of the responsible Vestal, a reminder of their sacred burden. Relighting Vesta's flame required elaborate rituals to appease the gods. The preferred method used friction, a wooden drill rotated against sacred oak, or focused sunlight via bronze mirrors. This act wasn't merely practical. It symbolized rebirth and divine forgiveness. The Vestals led public prayers during the process, reinforcing communal unity. Such rites mirrored broader Roman beliefs in ritual purity, where even fire had to be clean to regain divine favor. The meticulousness reflected their reverence for cosmic order. Beyond temples, Hestia Vesta was central to domestic worship. Every Greek and Roman household maintained a hearth flame, offering prayers and food scraps to honor her. Newborns were presented to the hearth to be accepted into the family, and brides carried torches lit from its fire to their new homes. This daily practice reinforced her role as a unifying force. Even today, phrases like hearth and home echo her legacy, linking warmth to familial bonds across millennia. Vesta's flame was more than religious. It was political. Emperors like Augustus tied their legitimacy to her cult, restoring her temple as a propaganda tool. The flame's endurance symbolized Pax Romana, and senators invoked Vesta to validate laws. During crises, leaders made public sacrifices at her altar, aligning state stability with divine will. This intertwining of faith and governance reveals how Rome's identity was rooted in sacred tradition, with the Vestals as its spiritual custodians. Hestia and Vesta's legacy endures in modern symbols. The Olympic torch relay, inaugurated in 1936, mirrors ancient rites of carrying sacred fire. Eternal flames at memorials, like JFK's grave, echo Vesta's role as a guardian of collective memory. Even the term Vestal describes unwavering devotion. Though their worship faded, these goddesses remind us that fire, whether literal or metaphorical, remains a timeless emblem of unity, continuity, and hope.
All right. So how's that for everybody? Did you guys enjoy listening and learning about Vesta and Helios? Something about mythology and just learning about our ancient and spiritual architects or archetypes that is just so like fun. It's like sacred, powerful, creative, and fun. And that's what I really love about that, is there is like no right or wrong to it. You know, it's specific representations that we created as humans, and that is also created at a macro level from the creator for us to be able to interact with at any time at our free will, just to help remind us of different aspects of our consciousness of being the I am. Because we're literally the hue man, like we're the hue spectrum of light embodied on this earth. And that's what's like special about being human on this planet, is that you have the ability to be multidimensional, not just like a blade of grass or a tree, but we're capable of creating and destroying and everything else that comes with that. So powerful. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the next guides.
In the ancient world, civilizations worshipped a multitude of gods and goddesses, each representing different aspects of life and nature. But there was one deity that captured the hearts of many, Sol Invictus, the invincible Sunday. Sol Invictus was a prominent deity in the Roman Empire, associated with the sun, light, and invincibility. Its origins can be traced back to the 3rd century BCE, but it gained widespread popularity during the 3rd century CE. The cult of Sol Invictus became particularly influential during the reign of Emperor Aurelian in the late 3rd century CE. Aurelian, seeking to unite the empire under a common religion, declared Sol Invictus as the supreme god. The concept of Sol Invictus resonated with the people of the empire. The sun, with its life-giving warmth and light, was seen as a symbol of power, resilience, and victory. Worship of Sol Invictus involved various rituals and celebrations, especially during the winter solstice, known as the Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, or the birthday of the unconquered Sunday. This was a time of great joy and festivity, as people celebrated the rebirth of the sun and the promise of longer days. Temples dedicated to Sol Invictus were built throughout the empire, and people would gather to offer prayers, sacrifices, and perform ceremonies in honor of the mighty sun god. The rituals often involved processions, music, dance, and feasting. However, as Christianity gained prominence in the Roman Empire, the worship of Sol Invictus began to decline. In the 4th century CE, Emperor Constantine embraced Christianity, and over time, it became the dominant religion of the empire. Despite its decline, the legacy of Sol Invictus can still be seen today. Elements of the sun god's iconography and symbolism have been integrated into Christian art and architecture as a way to bridge the gap between the old and new beliefs. Sol Invictus, the invincible sun, may no longer be worshipped as it once was, but its impact on the ancient world and its enduring symbolism cannot be denied. The legacy of Sol Invictus lives on, reminding us of the power and beauty of the sun, a celestial beacon that continues to inspire and awe us to this day.
Sol Invictus. Getting into the Roman and Greek philosophy. So there's a couple of guides that we can connect with from the Roman and Greek times that help us with this coppery gold energy. Let's put some peppermint on. Peppermint is such a good one to open up your sinuses. So if I get a little teary-eyed, just don't make fun of me. All right. So those are a few guides that we can connect with. And now we're going to go ahead and move into talking about some crystals and energy technology that can help us with more of this copper energy in our life. Crystals, I'd say tiger's eye again. You know, tiger's eye has that copper and gold energy. You can say pyrite as well. I would also say maybe like a sunstone, but it depends on, I'd say sunstone, it can kind of work with that energy. As far as like coppery stones, you know, I can't really think of any too much. But copper in itself, copper holds so much value and properties and the way that's used in our human life. Copper is great for amplifying. Copper is great for accelerating your vibration as well as your cellular health. And copper is also a great thing to consume as well, especially monatomic gold, copper, and beautiful formulas like that as well. And with that, we're going to talk a little bit about some energy technology, like copper tensor rings, orgonite, and the ways that you can use copper with its properties and energy. So with that, we're going to take a moment and we're going to watch a video by a good brother of mine. He goes by Munis Magica. And he is basically at the professional level and has for a while been serving tensor and free energy technologies. So we're going to watch a video by him talking about how you can introduce this copper energy technology into your meditation practices daily.
Thou infinite, all-pervading presence, thou mighty master within each human form, we acknowledge and accept thy full presence manifest within these forms, and within the human form of every individual that God has sent forth. We give praise and thanks that at last we have become aware of this mighty presence to whom we can turn and recognize the fullness of God's activity, the I am of all things. Greetings to you all. Beautiful day, family. We're going to tap into a meditation. I wanted to share some ways that you could utilize the life force technology with your meditation and enhance and amplify and add harmonic and coherent frequencies and vibrations and energies into your practice and into your daily life. So let's get into it. Alright, so it's pretty simple. You can grab your coils. These are the transmutation, originally called the AccuVac coils, in different frequencies, which focus on different healing potentialities. For instance, the lost cubit here is an emotional healing ring or frequency, and this one here, the sacred cubit, is more of a physical focus. So what we can do, these are in resonance, is we can hold these coils in our hand. And what they do is they help move the energy, they help the energy flow, transmuting density into light, transmuting incoherence into coherence, and discord into harmony. And if you have a specific point in the body that you feel, you simply point the coil and it will focus on that point of pain. It's moving the energy. So that is how you can utilize the transmutation coils in meditation or in your daily life. You know, you could just have it in your pocket and it's helping you transmute throughout the day. In meditation, you can take your water with you and you grab a ring and you simply place it on your water. And while you're meditating, you can consciously connect with your water. So after your meditation is finished, you can program your intentions into the crystalline water, and it is responding to you, and then you can consume it after. And it's also within your magnetic field or your aura, so it's receiving what you need, and it's going to assist you in the healing process. What you can do as well is get some orgonite. This is a charging plate that I've created. It has the triskelions and tensotech in it, and you can have one of these assisting in charging your water as well. So another thing that I like to do is I like to grab a harmonizer, and usually when I'm meditating I either have my hands out like this or palms down or palms up. What you can do is you can grab a harmonizer, almost hold it to your energy center right here, and you can feel it. It's help moving the energy as well. You can also place the harmonizer on top of your water. You can get these coils, you can get these rings, harmonizers in the shop, and basically implement them in your daily life. You can see that there's an infinite amount of ways to utilize this technology, whether it's for your meditation practice, connecting with your water, and bringing harmony into your life in all ways. And for about 3 years now, I've constantly had this energy on me, and it assists me and supports me in my journey of life. And I know the power behind these tools, and also the more that we give to it, it will give to us. These are also frequency broadcasting devices, so we can shoot out these harmonic frequencies into our community and help to harmonize our community. Lastly, we can put a ring on our head, and what the ring is doing, it's creating a column or a pillar or a beam of this life force energy in the emotional and etheric healing frequency of the lost qubit at 177 megahertz. And this is basically beaming down a column of light through your center and giving you beneficial, coherent, harmonic, vital life force energy throughout your meditation, helping you tap in easier, helping you slow your brain waves down. Also, Slim said something really cool about this qubit was you can speak through the ring to increase your manifestation. So with the energy field within the ring, it's the quantum energy. So you basically have this pillar shooting up and shooting down. And with the ring on your head, you can consciously connect with it and literally speak to it, and it will respond. And you can increase what you're creating. So if it's constructive, the ring will be supporting you in that. Because these rings are only beneficial energy. They only are positive, beneficial, constructive harmonics. Lost qubit size is really a great size for the head. Usually the crown pieces we have in the lost qubit. Sometimes I do a little smaller for the female head, but this will fit the female head as well. And yeah, this is just a great size. And with the double twist, you can kind of squeeze it and shape it to your head. And the last thing that I will share is that I get questions of how often should I have this ring on me or wear it on my head. What I would say is feel into it with your experience. Some people will put this ring on and immediately feel like nauseous or just an immediate response to the energy field. And some people won't, because it's a subtle energy and it really depends on where you're at. So if you're in meditation and you're really feeling it, you can simply take it off if it feels overwhelming, and you can put it back on. One love. So I'm happy to share a few ways that you can utilize the tech in your meditation and take it out with you into this beautiful earth, leaving you in the love and in the light, and we will see you soon.
All right. So that's Munis Magica. You guys can check him out. You can follow his YouTube, his Instagram, and you can, of course, reach out to him, ask questions, learn about the technology, as well as purchase and acquire some technology that he makes as well. See, I got the tears coming out now. The peppermint's kicking in. Thank you for consistently holding space. Have a great day, Marcus. Thank you, Sarah, the goddess Delphi. I appreciate you tuning in and sharing your energy. Thank you to all of you that are here, tuned in. So with that, we're going to now close out. And as we close, we're just going to take a moment to bring it all back to center and to let go and release of this space and anything that is no longer serving. If you guys may with me, let's go ahead and take a big old deep breath. Let's go ahead and do one more deep breath. And Om. Oof. Beautiful. If you guys have any questions, just reach out. If you'd like to book any services, or you'd like to attend any of my retreats, or any other questions that you have, got my copper up here on my head. Just reach out anytime and I'll answer to the best of my abilities for you guys. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in later today at 8 p.m. Eastern, as I'll be live for the Raw Material Law of One with Sandy Marshall out of California. And I'll be live tomorrow rising for the next episode, the 14th ray, the silver ray. See you guys then. One love. Our founder claims. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.